She gave me a diagnosis and said, put this cream on your daughter's scalp. It is a form of steroid. I didn't feel comfortable putting those things on my 2-year-old daughter's head. I decided I was not going to use it. How we started with Dr. Topic Oils. One of my friends, she was from Denver, and she had always relaxed her hair. She had a little girl, and when her daughter got a little bit older, maybe 7 or 8 years old, her daughter was really afraid of going to school. And she said, "Mommy, when I go to school, the kids pick at my hair." She said her daughter said, "Well, Mommy, why can't my hair be straight like your hair?" And the mom was telling me the story. We lived in Florida at the time, and she said, "Dwella," she said, "if I had it all to do over again, I would have gone natural before I had my children." She said, "Because now my daughter has self-esteem issues because she looks at my hair straight and her hair is not straight, and she sees my hair is beautiful and her hair not as beautiful." It helped me to make a decision to go natural myself before I had children. So with my first daughter, she was born, she had a bunch of hair, and I went natural around the same time. So I was trying to figure out how to do my own natural hair and how to also care for her. In doing that, I started to read labels, and I saw on the back of many of the labels for shampoos and conditioners and creams and pomades, there were a lot of carcinogens. And carcinogens are basically chemicals that cause cancer in the body. There also were teratogens, which are chemicals that cause reproductive issues later in life. And so I was so surprised to see these things on the label. My background's in chemistry. So I said, I really want to try to be as natural as possible. I did not find a lot of natural formulas for babies. So I started to create my own products at that time for my little baby's hair and also for her skin. When my daughter maybe was about maybe 2 or 3 years old, I started to notice she had these big flakes on her scalp. I took her to a dermatologist, and she gave me a diagnosis and said, put this cream on your daughter's scalp. It is a form of steroid. I decided I was not going to use it. I didn't feel comfortable putting those things on my 2-year-old daughter's head. And I just continued to create formulas that I felt would help. So I went through a lot of trial and error to try to figure out what would work on her scalp. She was maybe 3 or 4 years old before I kind of got her regimen down pat, and I felt really good about it. I read about the power of essential oils. I started to research and understand more about how they can decrease the bacterial and microbial growth on your surface of your scalp and your skin. And I started to make these essential oil blends. I guess it was around the pandemic time, I decided to get some braids in my hair. And the braids ended up taking out all of the hair on my right side of my head. The weight of the braid just took my hair out. Basically, it's called tension alopecia. I made the nutritive scalp elixir that we use now, and I use that to grow. And this side of my hair is where my hair come out on the side. So I had a whole product graveyard that I had in my bathroom. So I started looking through those products. I did the same thing. I said, okay, what works on one hair? What works on the other? I basically tried to create a formula that I could use on all of our hair. All of us have very different strand types, if you will, of hair. And so that's really where the Dr. Topic Oils hair care line all birthed from. So if you're wondering about these things, you're questioning them, you're really looking and searching for a brand that you can trust, a quality brand that you can trust, we're that brand. We're right here. We have the formulas that you are looking for. We have the formulas that you have been asking and looking around, trying to find the best thing to use on your skin and your hair and wellness. We've done the work for you. We've done all the legwork. We've done the research. We've done the trials to make sure that things are safe. We are that brand. So we look forward to hearing from you soon. Visit us today at drtopicoils.com.